While Shane and the kids are paddleboarding over there, I'm getting all the cleaning done before it gets too hot on board. Even in the springtime, and sometimes even in the winter, the pilot house becomes a greenhouse and just like lets all the heat inside. And so I plan on having fun later on this afternoon. First, we're going to make sure everything is dusted. I'm going to take out the cushions. I'm going to take out all the linens and shake them all out. One of the perks of not being in a marina, I always felt really self-conscious whenever I'd shake things out outside, and I don't have to worry about that. And then also windows, because we went under passage, I always try and wash them off afterwards because the seawater will leave little like spots, and when we're in a place that's as beautiful as Susha, I like to be able to look out the windows. It's one of the perks of having a pilot house, that you deal with the greenhouse effect because you can see everything when you're inside enjoying your coffee, or at night before you go to bed, or when you wake up in the middle of the night. It's nice. So anyway, let's get cleaning.
Holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I'm falling right in and I'm ready to go. I found what I want and I know that we're on top, so I'll tap in and I'm ready to whoa. Holding my breath and I'm ready to go. I catch you laughing and I'm ready to go. You're holding the match, strike it and ignite my soul. I'll tap in and I'm ready to whoa.
Welcome on board SV Shorleave. We are a 41-foot catch sailboat here in the Pacific Northwest. We've been living aboard for about a year now here in the San Juan Islands, and it's been fabulous. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through my Freshen Up Friday. Like I was saying, it's dusting, linens, kind of just picking up around to make the weekend feel really relaxing and enjoyable. Saturday, I do more cleaning, but the whole point of the Sidetracked Home Executive System, which I've talked about like a million times here on this channel, and I have a card system that I offer for sale that is already completed for you to just get started. That system is built around the concept that you're not like cleaning everything in one day, and you can still have fun throughout the week. On this particular Friday, I did a light dusting. Everything was quick, nothing too serious. So like, for example, I'm using a Swiffer here. Now it kicks up some dust. I didn't mind it too much on this particular Friday because I had all of the hatches open. It was a beautiful spring day. We were so lucky. As you know, well, most people have the impression that the Pacific Northwest is kind of dark and wet and rainy all the time. And it was pretty much like that for the majority of winter. But the spring, we were so spoiled. It was amazing. The Swiffer, doing a quick dust, it's like, do I do the microfiber towel that's like damp and then wash it and all that stuff? Sometimes I just like the thing that I can throw away at the end of it because I conserve water. And also the Swiffer, I don't think it does that bad of a job of collecting all of the dust. A microfiber towel is still nice. I also have this like oil that I put down on the walls too, which allows the dust to kind of fall off. A lot of the things that I've used, like washing the windows, is a vinegar solution, and a lot of the tips I got, those, like how I clean the boat, was from super yachts and the people, the crew, what do you call them, the stewards that clean them. So far I've been pretty pleased with everything I've tried as far as cleaning the boat. So it's either a microfiber towel that's damp or the Swiffer, and I dust literally everything on board, walls and all. Once I have everything dusted down, I go ahead and freshen up the linens. Now, being on the boat when we're out in these remote islands, I don't always get to keep on my schedule as far as washing or bedding goes, and plus it's just difficult and it's expensive. So I use a linen spray every couple days to just keep things fresh and feeling good, and I don't remember where I got the recipe, and I don't even remember if I'm doing it totally fine, but I like the way it smells and it works for me. I prepare the linen spray, and then what I do is I take the bedding out and I shake it off. I mean, it's pretty simple, but that just makes, I don't know, gives me some peace of mind. So I do this for all of the beds on the boat. There's the 3 of our beds, and it doesn't take that long, and it's a nice little workout for my arms too to shake everything out. Another thing that I do on the boat is that we'll pull the bed mattresses out just to get some airflow. I mean, there's so many things that no one really talks that much about, at least that I haven't noticed, when you're living in a small space, whether it's RV life, van life, boat life. The idea that dust collects, I mean, there's a lot of dust and there's condensation and there's all sorts of things. So cleaning is really something that I try my best to stay on top of, and the card system really does help with that. Dusting, like I was saying, is a big deal, and airflow is a big deal, which is why these cabinets have these little slats. I forget what they're called, but they're so helpful, and I really love them. But at the same time, I really don't like them because it's very hard to keep up on dusting. And other than the Super Yacht YouTube videos, I've found a number of tips going through books from the 80s of cruisers, and one of which was saying that her favorite cleaning tool was a paintbrush for dusting. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have one of those. And since then, I've used the paintbrush for dusting almost all of these little areas on the boat, and it's been really helpful. Usually I'll bring our little vacuum around and pick up the dust too, but again, the hatches were open, so I wasn't super worried about it, and there wasn't a whole lot of dust on them. Another thing that I'll do on some Fridays is I'll wipe it down with either that oil solution or just like a little bit of soap and like a damp cloth. And that's primarily because oil, that's another thing, like this oil splatter or, you know, the oil that's in the air when you're cooking. It's just amazing the things that you don't think of when you're in a big space that you really notice when you're in this tiny space. So after everything is dusted and shaken out, then I get to use our little shark vacuum. It's not like my ideal vacuum, but I love it so much. Once a month, I make sure that I clean it. I have a card for that. It's in the card deck. But vacuuming every day is really important. Even when I was on land, I vacuumed every day. On the boat, it's multiple times a day. Again, once you're in this small space, it's all these little things you don't really think about. But apart from vacuuming the floors, this just seamlessly moves over into vacuuming underneath the cushions. Under each of these cushions, there's storage too, and I do just like a very quick vacuum of the storage space on Fridays to freshen things up, but then I have a more in-depth cleaning of the storage, wiping it down on other days. Hello! Hi. Did you have fun?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get my arms in the water because I didn't get my arms in the water.
Oh, yeah, because you had no neoprene on them?
Yeah.
Totally. Shane, on his day off, got to hit some of the cushions off. I did just clean these cushions off with like a professional, what do you call it, carpet cleaner. It's amazing what that'll extract out of it. And one of these days I do need to replace them at some point. Okay, we're done and dusted.
I keep hearing something in the wind. I keep coming back to you, my friend. Think I'm feeling something new again. Never going back, just take my hand.
I'm not sure that the boat looks different from when I first started cleaning it on a Friday versus if I had not cleaned it, but it definitely does make me feel better. One of the things in my galley is I've been trying to get containers for pantry items to just make sure everything keeps well on the boat. And my rice container had a few pieces of purple rice left with brown rice, and so it turned my lunch rice gray, which is always a fun color to serve to your family.
I think we're two stars. We could get on the road, breathe in and let it go. There's nowhere too far to find a new start. I keep hearing something in the wind. I keep coming back to you, my friend. Think I'm feeling something new again. Never going back, just take my hand.
Susha is one of our favorite islands. It's absolutely beautiful, but the people watching is really where it's at. This was Memorial Day weekend. We saw some really cool things. First of all, the seaplane was dropping off people. I don't know if it was their boat, guests, charter guests, or who it was, but it was incredible. They landed, the pilot got out, pulled out the luggage out of the pontoons that the seaplane lands in, put that and the guests into the dinghy that was brought over when they landed, and now they're shuttling them back to the boat. It was just the coolest thing. What an incredible vacation. With it being Friday night, it was pizza night, so I made the kids their pizza, and then for Shane and I had to get a little creative because we have a small fridge, and so I had ordered this jackfruit on Amazon a while ago, and so that's kind of like my reserves for when I'm running low on things. I did a pulled barbecue jackfruit pizza with roasted red peppers, and it worked out pretty well. And again, these are the recipe cards that are with the card deck, and it just helps when I'm low on service, and also I just don't have to pull up my iPhone to find recipes. At the end of the evening, I go through my cards. I just like to touch them sometimes. I don't have to do the full shuffle. Whenever you have a free moment, whether you do it every day or not, I go through and just organize things and know what I'm doing the next day. I also have these vision cards that I added. And then also there's on the divider, there's a log that you can keep track of things. So I add just a quick sentence of what happened for the day. And that also keeps me accountable to making sure that I'm touching my card system every day or every few days, whenever that is that I'm pulling it up. And it's so fun when you're looking at the divider to say 3 months ago we were here, or 2 months ago I did this. So thank you so much for watching Freshen Up Friday, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and check out my card system on Time and Tide plans.